We're with Stuart Charles Fervier here, a guy with a deep background in football / soccer, as we call it in North America. Stuart, what's your position right now? He's now with the Trinidad and Tobago Football Association. What's the position you hold with the Trinidad and Tobago Football Association?
Yeah. Well, at the moment I work as an assistant coach with the senior national team and the head coach of the elite program. The team I'm in charge of in the elite program is the under 15 team, which would be the next World Cup under 17 team.
Okay, so the under 15 team, that would be the class of the under 17 team. So actually you will be moving from the under 15 coach. The elite program is really for the under 15, is that correct?
No, well, the elite program is more or less trying to have a program for the elite young players in the country. You know, how we went about doing it, we had a zonal competition. You know, you had 6 zones. The country was divided into 6 zones, Tobago included, and we had a zonal competition, and we selected about 50 players in the interim for that zonal competition, and now it's down to about between 25 and 30 players right now.
So, but there's an age requirement with that elite program?
Yeah, I believe it's 2004, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, and there's a premise, it seems like there's a premise that program is going to go all the way to the under 17 program, is that what you're saying?
That's the next team that will be playing the qualifying rounds to qualify for the next under 17 World Cup, that team.
But so there's no under 17 program right now?
Well, the under 17 program right now will be going to the under 20.
Okay.
They will be the ones playing the qualifying rounds for the under 20 World Cup.
Okay, so the criteria of these programs is for World Cup is the ultimate of these programs.
In FIFA, competitive football in FIFA starts at the under 17 level. You know, before that, more or less, it's more about development. You know, but from 17 years old, the result becomes a little more dominant. You know. But before that is more about development, you know, because when you talk about the World Cup, you're talking about trying to get results. And
okay.
That starts at 17 years old.
Well, I sort of know you from the professional level, and in the professional level, I understand that you were the head coach at W Connection. I understand you're not the head coach anymore. And how does the senior program, which is something I could relate to, how does that help for the youth program, or have you been cultivating or developing youth even when you were with that professional program in W Connection? Yeah,
well, at W Connection, from inception, from 1999, I've always been technical director and head coach. You know, now because of my involvement with the national program, you know, my assistant over the years, Urgent, will be the one really taking over as head coach, more or less, and I will be operating more or less as a technical director, but will still be very much involved in assisting him, you know, in carrying out his responsibilities as head coach.
So again, the senior level, I know in W Connection you did have, I think, Brian Williams and some guys, you know, even Anthony Street, or some of these guys helping with their development program. I just want to find out for you in particular, who now take over under 15 program, did that experience, or even your new team coming up through the game, help you for this elite program that you have in Trinidad and Tobago here now? How does that, you know?
No, well, Brian is working with the W Connection under 18s last season, and Brian has always been working with W Connection since 1999. He has always featured as one of the prominent youth coaches in the Double Connection Football Club program. With the under 15 program, I have Leonson Lewis and Clyde Leon, two former national players that have been in the coaching arena at the youth level. And last, I would say, Leonson have been coaching maybe for the last decade in the youth program, and Clyde probably in the last 5 years. And they are working with me with the elite program, the under 15s at the moment.
With you, in your program?
With my program.
So there's coordination with the youth program.
Yeah.
There's a perception of that the selection of committees and people at the football fraternity is all by association, and maybe you need to clarify this for the public and stuff in terms of how the position, how you merit your position, and how you think of the perception that's out there.
Yeah, well, McGill, there are two ways, two of the most common ways used in countries all over the world to select national coaches. One is if you are a coach in the domestic competition in the country, and you have demonstrated that you have the ability to win championships as a coach with your team, then you are considered. In my case, locally, in the last 20 years, I've won the most titles. It's a fact. Nobody can dispute that. The other way is because of your profile as a player, your qualifications as a coach, and your experience as a football player and person in general. That's the other way you can get selected to coach a national team. For example, Franz Beckenbauer never did a coaching course before he coached Germany, because his career was a coaching course in itself, and he won the World Cup with Germany. We have Dennis now, who's coaching our national team. He played in Europe, England to be precise. You have a UEFA Pro license, which is probably the highest level of coaching qualification in world football right now. And then he worked 6 years in the English Premier League, which is considered one of the highest professional leagues in world football. He worked with Wigan and with Everton in those 6 years. And we must also remember, he was a top player for Trinidad and Tobago national team. We mustn't forget that. So he was an international player. He was a professional in Europe. He has the highest level of football in education in Europe. And he has the experience of working 6 years in the English Premier League. So in my opinion, as a football person, I would say that qualifies him to coach Trinidad and Tobago national team.
What are you bringing your assistant coach, you said, with the national program, senior program, men's program?
Yeah, senior men's program.
How is that working for you under Coach Dennis Lawrence, and where you think the program is at, knowing that you have the development part of the national program, and how is that mesh, and how you foresee everything coming together in a few years, or even what it is presently, and how you foresee it in a year, 2 years, or, well, let's say World Cup. It sounds to me what you're saying is the premise of really the objective of these programs. How you see things progressing for 2022 with the national program and the World Cup for you? How was all these things being coordinated?
Yeah, well, first of all, as a former national senior coach myself, I have an appreciation for more or less, what I'll say, the level of work that needs to be done at the senior level. First and foremost, I fully support Dennis Lawrence as national senior team coach. I know that we are not getting the results we would like to get at the moment. We have our challenges. The first and most serious challenge at the moment is twofold. One, we always have challenges for finance, of course, to make sure we could carry out the program we would like to. But I must say the association have been trying its best to make sure they provide the necessary funding that's needed. Dennis have, in my opinion, definitely taken the level of the preparation of the national team to a more professional level, because he worked 6 years with Roberto Martinez in the Premier League in England, and he has brought a lot of modern methods and modern ways of doing things professionally to the national team. So in terms of our preparation for international games, I believe that definitely I've seen a lot of progress in that area. And the other major challenge we have is the local senior league in the country, which is a professional league. For the last at least 7 months, we haven't had no football really in the country, so it has been very difficult for Dennis to really select a proper national team in that regard, because he cannot really see anybody playing serious football, that so to speak. And then whoever he selects may not be in the right rhythm or the right form for football at the highest level of the game globally. And when you play in international football, the world is your competition.
So how could that be? Is there something to rectify that? Is there a quick fix, or is it going to be a process?
Yeah, well, hopefully that things will improve from local standpoint. Everybody have their own ideas, but I believe football has always been a simple game and will always be. And I believe that we just need to be simple in the way we do things. Football is, the football leagues are played by clubs. The playing is done by clubs. They have 2 rungs, home and away, and that's how your league goes. And then you maybe have a cup or two, and one or two knockout competitions. So I believe it's just to keep it simple. We organize a league, home and away, and if we have the time, we do a cup or 2 cups, and you could get your league started that way. And that's my opinion.
So you have Honduras in a couple of days. I expect the politically correct answer is that you're going to give your best. But how you feel are the chances of the team, and based on all the little difficulties in preparation and the domestic league and stuff, how you feel? Seeing that you passed Martinique, and because the whole landscape has changed in CONCACAF, I can tell you that for sure. How you feel going into this game with Honduras?
No, well, in spite of the challenges we have, the coaching staff and the head coach in particular, always have the confidence that we could get a result, or we could get good results. We never go into a game feeling that we cannot get a result, and I do believe that will change. Because we all ex-professional footballers. That's all of us on the coaching staff really, ex-professional players, and Dennis in particular, the head coach, played in Europe and is the holder of a UEFA Pro license. So he's an experienced football man, and in his preparation of the team, he always is very thorough in the way he prepares the team, and always gives the players the confidence to really go out and play at a level that will bring results. Most of the games we have played have been high-level teams, most of the games, and then we have drawn, and several of them we lost by very small margin, maybe 1-0 scored in injury time and stuff like that, you know. So we are not far away, you know, but obviously this is the Nations League. We want to qualify for the Gold Cup and also want to qualify for the next World Cup. And we'll be doing everything in our power to prepare the team to get the results we need.
Okay, so how you attribute success? How the success you have had from St. Lucia all the way? What is the commonality in success?
Yeah, well, for me, the commonality in success is first and foremost, you have to love what you do. You know, because if you love what you do, you will work hard and don't really feel it really. You know, it will not be a problem to work hard if you love what you do. You know, I've always loved the game from a boy, and the love is the same as a mature individual now.
It's just at this level now you have to kind of be a motivator to pass on your experiences and what it takes.
Now I'm more or less coaching the game, you know. I've had my playing time. I had a very successful playing career. I won 6 national championships straight, you know. I won 6 championships straight as a player. I was always in the 5 players of the year in the Premier Soccer League in Trinidad and Tobago when I played. And as a coach, I've gotten quite a bit of success as well, coaching in the professional league. I've won 6 national titles as a coach and about at least 25 to 30 cups, you know, as a football coach on the local level in the professional league. But having said all that, for me, football is always about players. You know, for me, the most important thing about football is players, you know. So as a coach, I'm just happy that I could pass on my knowledge and experience to the players who play the game right now. They are the most important people right now.
And speaking of players, just talent base. We see Curacao, we see Martinique, Jamaica seem to have a standard now, which is their standard. As still in the Caribbean, representing the Caribbean. What do you think of your talent base? I know you said the domestic league, it's kind of hard for the coach Dennis to feel or get players informed, and which is really true. How you merit your talent base, and you know, in going to win. Is there ways that you guys scouting everything available?
Yeah, well, in terms of the national senior team, as I said, it's very, very difficult if you don't have a proper league running in your country to get a good national team, you know, because it's a means to an end, and the end is the national team. That's what your local football is about.
How about looking overseas? Are you guys searching? I know Jamaica did, I know Curacao has a ability now with the Dutch system.
No, well, the national coach is always on the lookout for Trinidad and Tobago nationals or persons who could represent Trinidad and Tobago national football team all over the world. All over the world, you know, he's always scouting.
I think that's what the public wants to know.
Yeah, he's always scouting all over the world for players that are eligible to represent Trinidad and Tobago, and players that are interested in representing Trinidad and Tobago all over the globe. You know, in that regard.
Do you have any in the squad right now that of recent findings?
Yeah, we have 1 or 2 players. Only one I know of now.
Recent
from
that
Britain,
you acquired recently.
From Britain, acquired recently. Yeah. I think his name is Card. I cannot remember the full name.
Okay.
He's in the squad. He's in the squad here for this
position.
Yeah, he's a striker.
Good.
A striker.
Good.
You know, and we have several players that's playing in America. We have in Asia. We have in Europe. You know, and as I said, he continues to look for players all over the globe, locally and all over the globe, always trying to get the best squad available.
What would you tell the supporters of Trinidad and Tobago football?
Well, Football first and foremost, what I want to tell people, first and foremost, is that you never have no guarantee. That's the first thing about football, you know. The second thing people must realize is that the Caribbean generally is the only part of the world that probably still basically amateur, you know. Football all over the world is professional, high-level professional, more or less.
So that's in spite of the Pro League, yeah?
Including, yes, but even in the Pro League, you not every team is full professional. You understand what I mean? Mm-hmm. You know, the level of our Pro League is not on the level of the majority of the world. You understand? It's people must accept that. It's a fact. But we are trying our best to get our players full time on the game, because that's for me is the most important thing. Mm-hmm. To get the players full time on the game, and as we go along, try to improve in terms of remuneration, you know, because you know finance.
So you're asking them to, based on the little short given, what you're asking for patience. You're asking that.
Well, obviously, there must be patience, because people must realize our competition is the entire world, and you have Central America, North America, in our region, Central America, and North America, right? In terms of football, the level of investment financially is much greater than ours, you know, and people must understand that, you know, because at the end of the day, it's all about quality, you know, it's all about quality, and in the past we had a lot of quality, you know, and it's not that we don't have quality now, but we must raise the level of the quality that we have now, you know, and to do that, the national coach alone cannot do that. That have to start from the club level, you know.
And how you see the club level?
Well, we have to improve in all areas. In all areas, we have to improve in coaching, education. We have to improve in administration. We have to improve on the football pitch, in the way we play. You know, I believe we have to improve technically. We have to improve tactically. We have to improve in all areas. You know, and obviously that have to start from young. From the young age, we first and foremost have to concentrate on developing the technical ability of the players.
Well, that's where you come in now in the youth program.
We have to develop the technical ability of the players. And as they get older, we have to try to develop the tactical knowledge of the players, you know, and make sure that we could develop a decent, high-level league, locally, that the players could play at a good level week in, week out locally, so that when the national team select them, the level of adjustment that they have to make at the international level is not that big, because the local level is providing a good enough level for them.
Yeah. And in terms of the youth program, I'll keep my eye on the development and see how it goes, because a lot of the Trinidad and Tobago supporters, as you know, in your travels, are very anxious for something to be happening in Trinidad and Tobago football.
Yeah, well, as I said, we have work to do. We have work to do, you know, and we need to work hard and we need to work smart, you know, and we have to try to improve in all areas, you know. As you know now, for example, you have a lot of progress in terms of the technology, where the football is concerned, science, you know, stuff like that, you know. So we have to try to tap into those areas as well in terms of improving, you know. We have to be aware of much more and need to know much more in terms of our preparation, the way we prepare our players, and to educate our players in the things that will help them, the things that will not help them, you know, diet, nutrition, you know, fitness, you know, everything, you know. So, like I said, there's a lot of work needs to be done.
In all the best. All right?
Yeah.
All right, thanks.
Thanks.